Remember a few years back when Zack Snyder teased the Snyder Cut by posting this? An hour more at least. And come to find out, he was really talking about the Snyder Cut. Is he doing this again? Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. First, we're going to talk about Wonder Woman 3. Next, we're going to talk about, Zack Snyder's final crisis? Alright, let's talk about Wonder Woman 3. Now that Patty Jenkins is not doing Rogue Squadron anymore, it looks like it frees up her schedule to do Wonder Woman 3. And according to Gal Gadot, they are working on Wonder Woman 3 right now. The script is still in development. But what is Wonder Woman 3 going to be about? Grace Randolph had said before that it could be a versus movie where Wonder Woman fights a bunch of DC heroes like Hawkgirl and Supergirl. Well, now this comes from #show, where they're saying there's an early draft of the script and it actually breaks down the plot of the movie. The plot will take place in the present and focus on Asteria finding Diana and recruiting her to help her find an old ally who's gone insane. This is Arion. Arion is a hero of both Themyscira and Atlantis and bridges the two worlds in a way. However, when he goes insane, he wreaks havoc on Themyscira and has sights for Atlantis. This also puts the two worlds at odds with each other, not dissimilar to how they are in the Flashpoint comics. While the first film was an origin film, the second was about Diana accepting her responsibility. The third film will truly make Diana a leader and someone who can indeed lead the Amazonians. Wonder Woman will be joined by Jason Momoa's Aquaman, reuniting them after Justice League. When Arion decisively defeats Wonder Woman and further puts an alliance between the Amazons and Atlantis at risk, she goes to Aquaman to assist her. There's also talk in the script of Blue Beetle technology. While I did not see any overt reference to the Blue Beetle character in the script, there was a character named Jaime who I suspect to be Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle in the comics and the upcoming film. Now, they also have to remind you that there are always rewrites for these scripts. This is an early draft, as so they say. But what's interesting about this is that they're so specific. They actually have a character that, most people who want to make up scripts would just throw in Cheetah or something like that. I think it's interesting that they mention Arion. It's something that's in a lore that maybe Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot are actually researching and bringing out characters from within the comics. Now, I don't know if this is true, but it seems pretty cool and, kind of interesting in the way that it kind of connects to the original plan of Justice League, where Diana does become the leader of Amazonians and they do travel back to Themyscira. The original Flashpoint movie is supposed to have Amazons and Atlanteans warring with each other. In fact, they even have a clue of that in Zack Snyder's Justice League during the scene where they take out Clark Kent's body. Diana Prince and Arthur Curry talk about that war between the Amazonians and the Atlanteans. Also noticeably absent from the screenplay, as they say, is Steve Trevor. Thank God! I think that needs to be left in the past. And they say there's not even a flashback of that either. Which is great because it allows Diana Prince to move forward and to grow her character. Going full circle back to Themyscira, this time to lead her people. But I think this sounds really interesting and I'm really curious to see what the final, real, true Wonder Woman 3 is going to be. Alright, let's talk about Final Crisis? Wait, what? Now, Zack Snyder is currently doing Rebel Moon and the Armyverse. For all intents and purposes, he's pretty much gone from Warner Brothers and DC. He's doing stuff over on Netflix, and that's amazing. But as we get closer to the merger deal in mid-2022, we're always wondering, are there plans or deals or anything in place to get Zack Snyder back in the future to work on continuing his Zack Snyder's Justice League story? Well, some recent posts from Zack Snyder and Clay Staub was kind of interesting. This one where Zack Snyder posted a picture of the clapboard from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now there's a debate back and forth on what those numbers mean. It could mean scene, take, roll, and some people think it's a cryptic message. Why did he put it in front of the Wonder Woman 1854 concept? It could just be him reminiscing? Who knows? But Zack Snyder is finally doing more cryptic posts once again. In fact, just to add fuel to the fire, just a few days later, Clay Staub, the second unit director, posted this. Let it begin. Zack Snyder's Justice League. And that is a picture of the storyboard. Now, this is not the storyboard for Zack Snyder's Justice League 1, this is a storyboard for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, where Darkseid and Desaad come through the boom tube to invade the Earth. Now, later Clay Staub admitted that that post was nothing, he was just starting to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League again, but why would you post a picture of what is going to be in Justice League 2? And it's in that parchment material. I don't know if it's the actual storyboard he took a picture of. I always thought it was just whiteboards, but it's kind of interesting. But it could just be harmless, it really could mean nothing at all. But today, for Thanksgiving, Zack Snyder had this to be thankful for.
They're not even...
It's not even bubbling yet.
It's not even bubbling.
It starts
I think it's okay.
Now, most of us just saw a turkey, but there are fans who are so used to getting a magnifying glass over anything Zack Snyder posts, and they actually found something interesting in the background. Now, what that blurred image actually is, it's the Absolute Final Crisis Omnibus book. Now, knowing Zack Snyder, he absolutely sets up his shots, everything he takes and videos, he knows what he's placing in the background. So if he's totally done with DC, why is he putting a Final Crisis book in the background? And not just any book, the Absolute Final Crisis book. Now, all I have is the regular Final Crisis Omnibus book, but it's pretty much the same. Darkseid has the anti-life equation, and all the heroes, all the DC heroes have to band together to stop him, which is not all that different than what Zack Snyder was going to do with Justice League 2 and 3. Justice League 2, Darkseid comes to Earth, they have to turn back time, and Justice League 3, it's the war against Darkseid and the forces of Apocalypse. So wait a minute, if Zack Snyder's done with DC, why is he putting that in the background? He obviously knows we're going to pick up on it, just like of all the other cryptic photos he has done before the Snyder Cut. Could this actually mean something? Could there be talks in place right now for him to return at a later date? Now, at DC fandom, Jim Lee was hinting at a crisis event that was going to happen later on. And on that big image he was doing, it had everything from TV superheroes to the movie superheroes as well. Is this the plan? Where eventually it will lead up to a Final Crisis level event, and they're saving Darkseid for that crisis event. And does that mean they're actually going to try to bring in Zack Snyder to participate in this crisis event? I know I'm blowing your mind right now as much as my mind is being blown at the moment. But holy crap, that would be insane and that would be awesome. But you know what? It's interesting because didn't they say that Zack Snyder's vision was a cul-de-sac? And yeah, if you really think about it, all things lead to a cul-de-sac, the end game. So what if they actually meant, well, we're not going to finish it right now because if we go straight to 2 and 3, that's pretty much your end game level. What if we save it for later? Let's get to that Darkseid event at a later time. So I don't know, I'm having a lot of high hopes right now. I'm not trying to stir that too much, but I gotta admit that Zack Snyder has already done that. He's probably looking at what we're posting right now all over the internet, and I don't know if he's chuckling or if I don't know if he's really teasing something, but thank you, Zack Snyder, for giving us a little bit more hope.